Hello viewers, welcome to IDC Learning Center. My name is Ahmed Joshua. We'll be answering a series of past questions for those of you that are preparing to write Jamb. Let's look at mathematics for today. Let's look at this question. It says, what is the value of x satisfying this equation? 4 raised to the power 2x divides 4 raised to the power 3x, which is equals to 2. And of course, we know this is indices, and this can also be written as 4 raised to the power 2x divides 4 raised to the power 3x, which is equals to 2. And we know in indices, when the base numbers are the same, of course, we pick one. When the base number, these are the two base numbers, 4, 4, 4, they are the base numbers. We pick one, and we look at the log. If it's division, we know, of course, the exponents, they will subtract themselves. If it's multiplication, this will add themselves, but here is division, so we have to stick to the rule. This will be 2x minus 3x, as the law says, which is equals to 2. Hope there's no confusion. Of course, when 4 is raised to the power 2x minus 3x, we know this will be 4 raised to the power 2x minus 3x gives us minus x. This is minus x, which is equals to 2. Okay, we're in a sticky position here. We have 4 raised to the power minus x equals to 2. The base numbers are not the same. And when we're dealing with indices, we have to make these two base numbers the same so they can cancel out each other. We know 4 raised to the power minus x can also be written as 2 raised to the power 2. 2 raised to the power 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we open in brackets. This is minus x, which is equals to 2. This is the same thing as write 2 times minus x. 2 times minus x, which is equals to 2. 2 times minus x is 2 raised to the power minus 2x. Because of this minus, 2 times x normally gives us 2x, but 2 times minus x gives us minus 2x, which is equals to 2. Okay, now the base numbers are the same. 2 raised to the power minus 2x, which is equals to 2. Let's just use this side of the board. 2 raised to the power minus 2x, which is equals to 2. Let's write this again so you can see it clearly. Equals to 2. And of course, we know any number when it's alone is raised to the power 1. This base is raised to the power minus 2x. This base being 2 alone is raised to the power 1. You know, of course, when it's raised to the power 0, this will be 1. But since it's 2 as a number on its own, it's raised to the power 1. And now, therefore, these two bases can cancel out each other. If this cancels out each other, this will be minus 2x is equals to 1. And of course, in order to get our x, we have to divide both sides by minus 2. So this would be minus 2 divided by minus 2. Minus 2 cancels minus 2. We are left with x is equals to, there's a minus here, mind you, 1 over minus 2. So it represents the whole fraction minus 1 over 2. This is our final answer. Okay, let's move over to the next question. Find r base 3 if 6r7 base 8 is equals to 511 base 9. Of course, we know we have to convert to base 10 if we are to find r to base 3. And if we are converting to base 10, of course, you know you multiply the numbers with the base, and then let's be more practical about this. Of course, this is what we are looking at now. We're looking for r. So, and r is in this equation, so we have to find this r. And how do we find this r? We start with 6. This will be 6 times our base. Of course, you know after 6 comes only 2 numbers. 2, we have r here, we have 7. 2, yeah, 2. So it's raised to the power 2. Plus, what comes next? What's the next number here? Or next letter? It's r, right? plus r times our base, which is 8 raised to power what? What is left? 1 plus, what's the next number? 7. So put 7 times our base, which is 8 raised to power what? What comes next after 7? Nothing, so it's 0. Which is equals to what? 5. 5 1 is 9. And of course, we do the same thing for this other side. It will be 5 times what? Our base, which is 9. Raised to power what? What comes after 5? 1, 2. 2 numbers. So raised to power 2 plus, what comes next after 5? 1 times our base, which is 9. 9 raised to power, what comes after 1? Just 1. So 1 times 9 raised to power 1 plus, what comes after 1? 1. 1 comes after 1 here. Times our base, which is 9, raised to power what? What comes after this last digit here? Nothing. So raised to power 0. Of course, if you have this will be what? Let's start from this side, because it starts from this side. 6 times 8 raised to power 2. 6 times 8 raised to power 2 is what? 8 times 8, right? 8 times 8 will give us 64 plus r times 8 raised to power 1. 8 raised to power 1 is still 8, right? So r times 8 will give us what? 8r plus 7 times 8 raised to power 0. Any number raised to power 0, of course, you know is 1. As from 1. So this is 7 times what? 8 raised to power 0, which is 7 times 1. So there's no need to even put our time. 7 times 1 is 7. Which is then equals to what? This is equals, this calculation is equals to this. 5 times 9 raised to power 2. 5 times 9 raised to power 2 is 9 times 9, right? 9 times 9 will give us 81. So this is 5 times 81 plus 1 times 9 raised to power 1. 9 raised to power 1, of course, we know is what? Is 9. 1 times 9 gives us 9 plus 1 times 9 raised to power 0. 9 raised to power 0, like I told you, number raised to power 0 is 1. So 1 times 1 gives us 1. So just write 9 plus 1. And then we come over to this side of the equation. It's equals to now 6 times 64. Let me just write that again. 6 times 64 plus, or better still, let me write it on this side of the board. It's equals to 6 times 64. 6 times 64 plus 8r plus 7. So we have this now. So we start solving. 5 times 81, of course. Let me be more practical. 81 times 5. This is 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 8 gives us what? Gives us 40, right? So this is 405. 405 plus 9 plus 1 gives us 10. This is 10. So we'll solve the first part of this. So we'll move to the second part. There's an equals to sign here, so we'll put it. 6 times 64, may be practical. 6 times 64, let's all see it. 6 times 4 gives us what? 24. Put 4, carry 2. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 2 gives us 38, right? So this is 6 times 64 is 384 plus what? What do we have next? 8r, right? 8r plus 7. So we have 405 plus 10 is equals to 384 plus 8r plus 7. Of course, we know 405 plus 10 is the same thing as what? 415. Thank you. Is equals to 384 plus 8r plus 7. So let's just solve this. 384 plus 7. Of course, we know is what? Let me just put everything down. This is 11. You carry 1, put here. 1 plus 8 gives us 9. 9 and then 3. 391. So 391 plus what? 8R. Of course, from this stage, we know what we have to do, right? We have to collect like terms. 415 and 391 are similar. So of course, 391 has to move over to this side. This will be 415 minus what? Because there's a plus here. There's an invisible plus here because 391 is a positive number. So it will be 415 minus 391, which is equals to what? Plus 8R, which is the same as 8R. So in order, okay, we're not true. 415, let's solve. 415 minus what? 391 gives us what? 5 minus 1 is 4. We cancel 4 here to be 3. 11 minus 9 is 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. So our answer is 24, right? 24, which is equals to 8R. So in order to get what our R is, we just divide both sides by 8. 8 cancels 8. Our R is equals to 24 divided by 8, which is what? 24 divided by 8 is 3, because 3 times 8 gives us 24. So 24 divided by 8 goes 3 times. So our R is equals to 3. And of course, let me just do this quickly. Of course, if we want to check if our answer is actually correct, because if find R to base 3, R to base 3 will be equals to what? We have gotten our R, which is 3, right? This is 3 to what? Base 3. Now let's convert this to base 10. It will be what? 3 times our base 3. Is there a number after 3? No. So it's raised to power what? 0. 3 times 3 to power 0. 3 times 3 to power 0. 3 to power 0 is what? 1. 3 times 1, which is equals to what? 3. So, and our answer is what? 3. So we are confident that this our answer is actually correct. Okay. Let's move further. And we're dealing with simplification of fractions. As you can see in these brackets, Q over 4 or 4 over 9 divides this base fraction 9 whole number 1 over 2 divide 1 whole number 5 over 9. Okay, how do we tackle this? Using BODMAS, of course. BODMAS brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So we have to deal with this bracket first using the BODMAS rule now. So this becomes what? 3 over 4, let me put this down, of, as we know in mathematics, is what? Is multiplication. So this is 3 over 4 multiplies 4 over 9. And then we have divided by 9 over 1 over 2. Of course, we know mixed fraction can also be written as what? Improper fractions. So this is, let me just put this divide here, divide what? 2, let's convert this now to an improper fraction. It will be 2 times 9, right? 18. 18 plus this one over here, it will be what? 19. 19 over 2. Divide by 19 over 2. Like I said, using BODMAS, let's focus on this bracket first. So this is what? 3 over 4 times 4 over 9. There's a divide here. And we know this divide has to change to what? Multiplication. And when it's changing to multiplication, the denominator comes up, the numerator goes down. So it will be like this, times 2 over 19. Okay, this bracket. Divided by what? 1 number. Okay, let's change these two. 19 times 1 gives us what? 19. Plus 5 gives us what? 24. Thank you. 24 over what? 19. Okay, let's solve this first. As using our BODMAS rule now. This will be what? There's a 4 here, there's a 4 here, so they cancel out each other, right? There's a 3 here and there's a 9 here. 3 goes in 9 3 times and 3 cancels. So we are left with what? 2 all over 3 times 19. 2 over 3 times 19, which is what? 3 times 19, let me do this over here quickly. 19 times 3. 3 times 9 is what? 27. 7. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 here, because we carry 2, 27, we carry 2 here. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2 is 5. So our answer is what? 2 over 57 divided by what? 24 over 19. Okay, let me just clean this. Okay, 2 over 57 divided by 24 over 19. And of course, we know we have to change this divide to what? Multiplication. Thank you. So it will be what? 2 over 57 multiplies what? Multiplies what? The numerator comes up, the denominator goes up. So this will be what? Times 19 over 24. And of course, from here we can just divide both sides. 2 cancels itself. 2 here goes how many times? 24 divided by 2 is 12. So here becomes 12. And 19 and 57, if you remember what we did, you should know that they can cancel out each other. 19 goes here once. 19, how many times does 19 go in 57? It goes 3 times. Because 3 times 19 gives you what? 57. So 57 divided by 19 is 3. So it goes 3 times. So write 3 over here. So this is equivalent to what? 1 times 1, which is the same thing as what? 1 over what? 3 times 12. 3 times 12 is what? 12 times 3. 3 times 2 is what? 6. 3 times 1 is 3, which is what? 36. So this is 19. This is 1 over 36, which is our final answer. Okay, we're through with this. Let's move over to the next question. Looking at the question, I already know this is because I'm seeing percentage error, so we're dealing with percentage error here. Let's read out the question. A student measures a piece of rope and found that it was 1.26 meters long. If the actual length of the rope is 1.25 meters, what was the percentage error in the measurement? So first thing first, we have to look for the error in length first. Because they say a student measures a piece of rope and found that it was 1.26 meters long. So the measured from the question, and the first piece of information given to us is the measured length. The measured length, which is what? 1.26 meter, right? From the question, 1.26 meter long. If the actual length of the rope is 1.25 meter, the next information given to us was the actual length, which is what? 1.25 meter. So with these two pieces of information now given to us in the question, we can what? Find the error in length. So our error in length will be what? Our error in length will be our measured length minus the actual length, which is, let me just write it down, 1.26 meter minus 1.25 meter. For you to get the error length, you have to minus the measured length with the actual length. Okay, if you minus this, 1.26 meter minus 1.25, let's do that quickly so we'll see it clearly. 1.26 minus 1.25. Of course, we know 6 minus 5 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. There's a point here. 1 minus 1 is 0. So our error in length is what? 0.01. Okay, we're gotten our error in length. Now, what does the question say? It says, what was the percentage error in the measurements? How do we find the percentage error? Of course, those of you that know percentage error very well, the formula for finding percentage error will be your error in length, that is 0.01 over over your what? Your actual length. Your actual length is what? 1.25. 1.25. And we know we are dealing with percentage, and we know percentage is what? Times 100. Times 100 over 1. Okay. If we multiply, let's just go directly, because this is decimal, so we have to treat this carefully now. 0.01 multiplies 100. It will give us what? If you punch that on your calculator, it will give you 0.1 divides 1.25. You have what? Think 0.008. Yes, I did it wrong there. Multiply this. I'm supposed to divide this. 0.001 divided 1.25. 0.008. Multiplies 100, right? If you divide this, multiply by 100, it will give you 0.08. 0.880 precisely. 0.8 is still the same thing as 0.8. Anyone you choose. Having solved from 1 to 4, let's move over to number 5. Number 5 says, at what rate will the interest on 400 naira increase to 24 naira in 3 years, reckoning in simple interest? So let's solve this. So now we are dealing with simple interest. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this topic, it's a good time for you to widen your knowledge on it. So simple interest, we all know the formula for calculating interest in simple interest. I is equals to what? PRT over 100. Not until you know this formula can you progress in this question. So of course, we are given, let's read the question and see the information given to us. At what rate will the interest on 400 naira increase to 24 naira in 3 years, reckoning in simple interest? So now the question is what? Asking us to find the rate. At what rate? And of course, we know rate is over here, if you can look closely. If rate is here, we have to make what? Rate the subject of the formula. In order to find this rate, it has to be a loan. And how will it be a loan? We will cross multiply. If we cross multiply, I times, that is our interest, we multiply 100 equals to what? PRT. PRT comes over here, I times 100 comes over here. I will know I times interest times 100 will be what? 100 interest, which is equals to PRT. Okay, we have 100 I here equals to PRT. How do we make R a subject of the formula? Of course, we substitute. And when we substitute, it will be what? P, this will be 100 I divided by PT. This divided PT. Divide both sides by PT. Of course, we know PT cancels PT. We're left with 100 I equals to. So, therefore, okay, I'm not supposed to do this here. I'm just supposed to go straight. R, therefore what? R is equals to what? R is equals to 100 I over what? PT comes over here, I remains below. PT. So we are succeeded in making what? R the subject of the formula. Okay. We come over to this question. Succeeded in making R the subject of the formula. Okay, now let's look at the information given to us in the question. R is equals to 100 times I, right? What is I in the question? I is our interest. The question says, at which rate will the interest on 400 naira? Please do not be deceived by this 400 naira that's here. The interest on 400 naira, you may think that that is the actual interest. Interest on 400 naira increased to 24 naira. So the interest now increases. And what is that increase in interest? 24 naira. So 24 is the actual what? Interest. Thank you. So it will be what? 100 times 24 over what we have here. PT. What is P? Our principal here is what? 400. Our principal is 400. Clearly, our principal is 400 times the time. The time here is what? 3 years. So we say times 3. Hope there's no confusion. 100 times our interest, which is 24 naira, over our principal, which is what? On 400 naira, times our time, which is what? 3 years. So from here now, 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0. And what does cancel each other? 3, 1 goes here once, 3 goes here how many times? 8 times. So you are left with what? 1 times 8. So our rate is equal to what? 8 over 4. 8 divided by 4, of course, you know, is what? 2. So our rate is what? Our rate, you know, rate must always be in percent. So our rate is 2%. Next question is number 6. It says evaluate 81 over 16 raised to power minus 1 over 4 times 2 raised to power minus 1. And of course we know that what? This is indices. And when we're dealing with indices, we have to what? We have to convert. We have to convert. When we're dealing with minus, raised to power minus, we have to what? We have to convert. So this can also be written as what? 1 over 81 over 16 in brackets. Power 1 over 4. I hope this is not confusing. This is what the law of indices says. When any number is raised to power minus, it will be what? 1 over that particular number. So this will be 1 over this. So the minus now has changed. It has been converted. And this will be what? Times the second part now of the question. 2 raised to power minus 1. Using that same law, it will be what? 1 over 2. You can still say 1 over 2 raised to power 1. It's still the same thing. Any number raised to power 1 is still the same number. 1 over 2. Okay, let's go over to this side now. We have 1 over 81 over 16 in brackets. Let's power 1 over 4. How do you tackle this? Of course, we know what this sign signifies. This is the root, and we have 4 here. So it will be what? 4th root. This is the 4th root of what? 81 over 16 times what? Times what? 1 over 2. Okay, mind you, there's a 1 here. So let's respect that fact to be 1 over 81 over 16 in brackets 1 over 4. Like I said, 1 over the 4th root of what? 81 over 16 times 1 over 2. So now let's look at this now. 1 over the 4th root of 81 now. What number, when it multiplies itself 4 times, will give you 81? Of course, we know it cannot. Let's start with 2 now. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Of course, we know this will give us 16 in 4 places, so it cannot be 2. Now let's move over to 3 now. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is what? 81. So of course we know that this is correct. So the 4th root of 81 is what? 3 over. The 4th root of 16 now, as we have just done, is what? Is 2. Because 2 in 4 places, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will give us 16. So we'll say over 2 times what? 1 over 2. Okay. Of course we know this can also be written as what? 1 divided by, this is 1 divided by 3 over 2. Let's take it gently now. 1 divided by 3 over 2 times what? 1 over 2. Of course, we know in board maths, division comes first before multiplication. So we have to solve this first. 1 divided by 3 over 2. And we know we have to convert this divide to what? Multiplication. Thank you. It will be what? 1 times. This comes up, this goes down. 1 times 2 over 3 times what? 1 over 2. Of course, we know that 1 times 2 is the same thing as what? Is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 over 3 times 1 over 2. So, of course, what we have here is what? 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So, this is what we are going to have. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 all over 6. And this can also be reduced to its lowest end. 2 here, 1. 2 here, what? 3. So, our final answer is what? 1 over 3. Okay, class. Let's move over to the next question. Number 7. Number 7 is all about logarithm. So we'll be solving logarithm. Given that log 2 is equals to 0.3010, log 7 is equals to 0.8451, evaluate log 112. Of course, I know the first thing that will come to most of your minds is that we have to use calculator or have to check the logarithm table. No, it is not in that way at all. What we are going to be doing will be very simple, and I hope you understand it. Given that log 2 is equal to 0.3010, so log 2 was given as what? 0.3010. And log 7 was also given as what? As 0.8451. And they say evaluate log 112. Okay? This is very simple. What you're going to do, you're going to find how many 7 and how many 2 are in 112. And how do you intend to do that? You want to find the factors of 112. Using 2 now. We're going to be using 2 because it's an even number. So let's use 2 to find the factors of 112. 2 in 112. Of course, we know it's what? 56. 56 plus 15 gives you 112. 2 in 56 is what? 2 in 56 gives you what? 28, right? Am I correct? I think I am. 2 in 56 gives you 28. 2 in 28 gives you what? Gives you 14. Because 14 plus 14 gives you 28. 2 in 14 gives you 7, and 7 in 7 gives you 1. Okay? At this point in time, we can all see this. So, how many 2's now are in 112? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 2's in what? 112. And how many 7? Just 1. So, permit me to use the side of the board to complete this question. So this can also be written as what? Log what? How many 2's? 1, 2, 3, 4. Log 2 raised to the power what? 4. Instead of saying log 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, we'll just what? Combine them and make them raised to the power what? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Log 2 is power 4. And what do you have next? 7. So all of them are individual. They are individually, so we have to solve them individually. Plus log 7, right? It's not used to power anything because it's just single here. Log 7. So adding these two together is what give you 112. Because these are the factors. So this is what, and we know the law of logarithm. Any number raised to power any number, that raised to power will come first before the log, leaving that number on its own. This is what I mean. This will be 4 log 2, because 4 now is coming over to this side. 2 will be on its own. This is what the law says. Plus log 7. Okay. We have 4 log 2 plus log 7. Please pay attention to the equation. Pay close attention. Given that log 2 is equal to 0.3010, log 7 equals to 0.8451. So at this point in time, we know that our log 2 is given, our log 7 is given. So we just what? Substitute. So this will be what? Look at our 4. Our 4 comes down. Log 2 is what? 0.3010. This will be times what? 0.3010. I hope you understood what I did here, right? Then this is a plus. Log 7 is what? 0.8451. 0.8451. Okay, let's analyze this first part now. Very simple. 4 times what? 0.3010. This is 0.3010 times what? 4. 4 times 0, of course, you know is 0. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 3 is what? 12. Put 2, got your points. Carry what? 1. 4 times 0, of course, is 0. Plus your 1 that's up here is what? 1. So this is 1.2040. 1.2040 plus what? 0.8451. So now let's add these two numbers together to be 1.2040 plus what? 0.8451. We'll add them together now. 0 plus 1 gives us 1. 4 plus 5 gives us 9. 0 plus 4 gives us 4. 2 plus 8 gives us 10 points. 1 comes over to this side. 1 plus 1 gives us 2. So our final answer is what? 2.0491. I hope you all enjoyed this because this is what is giving most students problem. But as I've analyzed this, I hope it will be able to help you as you follow your studies and prepare for your Jamb. Okay, this is our final answer. Let me just clean this. Let's move over to the next question. Rationalize. So we know this with what? Surds. And what is surd? Surd is an irrational number. It's as simple as that. Let's just move, because of time, let's just move to the question. It says rationalize 2 root 3 plus root 5 over root 5 minus root 3. So if we look at this question now, it's equals to what? 2 root 3 plus root 5 over root 5 minus root 3. And what is the rule of surds? When you are solving surds, of course, you know what? You multiply whatever you have as the denominator with what? You multiply it with what is up and what is down. This is what I mean. If you multiply it, and mind you, the next step you take, you change your signs. So this is what? Multiply by your denominator now, which is what? Root 5 minus root 3. Okay, I said our signs will change. This will be what? Plus. When you are multiplying in surds, the sign in the denominator will change. This is plus. But the numbers, the roots will remain the same. This will be root 5 plus root 3 over what? Root 5 plus root 3. I hope you all understood this. 2 root 3 plus root 5 over root 5 minus root 3. Multiply, you change the signs, the roots remain the same. This. I hope you understood that. Okay, let's move further. This will be what? Equals to, if they are multiplying themselves now, like I said, this multiply this. Most mistake people make in solving the surds, they multiply this and they start with this. You use this, you multiply this, use this, you multiply all this. But that is wrong. Eventually you get your answer, but mathematically that is not correct. The correct way you solve this, you bring out, like I said, this is multiplying this now. So you bring out 5 with 5 now. With 5 what? Multiplies everything here. It will be what? Just open a bracket so you will not confuse yourself. Open a bracket, put root 5 outside. Whatever I say, you put it in. This is 2 root 3 plus root 5. You close your brackets. What comes next? Plus root 3. You put your plus root 3. What is here? 2 root 3 plus root 5. 2 root 3 plus root 5. I hope you understood that. This multiplies everything here. This multiplies everything here. This is exactly what we did. Root 5 multiplied everything here, plus root 3 multiplied everything here. So we are through with this side. Let's go over to what is below. Root 5 minus root 3 multiplies this. Like I said, this multiplies this. So if that's what you are doing, you say what? Root 5 still multiplies what? Root 5 minus root 3. This now multiplies everything here. You do this. Plus root 3 plus root 3. You open a bracket. Everything here. Root 5 minus root 3. Root 5 minus root 3. I hope you guys are learning. Okay, if root 5 now multiplies everything here, it will be what? It will be what? Root 5 times 2 root 3. Root 5 times 2 root 3, right? So this is 2. This is root 5 times 2 root 3. And we know it's only the roots that will multiply themselves because 2 has no business with root 5. Root 5 business is just dealing with what? Root 3. So this will be what? 2 root 5 times 3. Of course, you know when two roots are multiplying themselves, they will come together. They came together here. You have your 2. Your 2 is outside. What comes next? Plus. Root 5 times what? Root 5. Which is what? Root 25. What do you have next? Plus. Put down your plus. Root 3 times what? 2 root 3 is what? Your 2 on its own, 3, root 3 times root 3, right? Which is what? 2 root 9. Am I correct? Well, let's just put it so everyone understands. 2 root 3 times 3, right? That's exactly what's happened here. Then we have a plus here. Plus root 3 times plus root 5. You know plus times plus is still plus, right? So root 3 times root 5. This is what? Plus root 3 times 5. You bring them together in one root, like I did here. Over what? Over root 5 times root 5, right? 5 times 5. So this is roots. You bring them all in one root. 5 times 5. You have a minus here. Minus. Still root 5 multiplies root 3. You have what? Bring them in one umbrella now. 5 root 5 times root 3 in one umbrella. Then you have what? Plus. What comes next? Plus root 3. Root 3 times root 5. You have what? Bring them in one umbrella to be 3 times 5, right? This is still root 3. This is still root 5. But if they are multiplying each other, they come in one root. So this is what comes next? Plus root 3 multiplies minus root 3. You have what? Plus times minus gives us a minus, right? So this will be minus root 3 times root 3. Put them in one umbrella. You have what? 3 times 3. Okay, I'm happy we have gone this far. Okay, if we are solving this now, let's solve from this top side now. 2 root 5 times 3 gives us what? 15. So this will be what? 2 root 15 plus what? What comes next? Root 25. Root 25, as we know, is what? 5. Because 5 times 5 is 25. This is not an irrational number. Root something like root 5. Root 5 is an irrational root. Okay, let's continue. Plus what? Root 25 is 5 plus, we have 2 here. 2 root what? 3 times 3 is 9. You put your 9. Plus what? 3 times 5 is 15, so you put your root 15. So this is what you have first. Over what? The second part. This is the second part now. Over this now. 5 times 5, of course we know is what? 25. So this is root 25 minus what? Root 5 times 3 gives us what? 15. Root of 15 plus 3 times 5 in root is what? 15 plus root 15 minus what? 3 times 3 in root is what? 9 minus root 9. Okay, a close study of this now. 2 root 15 plus 5 plus 2 root 9 plus 15. Now let's rewrite this. It will be what? 2 root 15 plus 5 plus 2 root 9. Root 9 is what? It's a perfect square. 9 is a perfect square. So root 9 is what? 3. Because 3 times 3 will give you 9. So this is what? 2 times 3. 2 times 3. Let me just go ahead and put it. 2 times 3. Which is what? 6. 6 plus 6 plus what? With 15. Which is irrational. Over what? Now, over this. Root 25 is what? 5. Because 25 is a perfect square. 5 minus root 15. Plus root 15 minus what? Root 9. What we have here. This is the only thing that changed. Okay, minus root 9. Root 9 is what? 9 is a perfect square, so root 9 is what? 3. So this is minus 3. Is what you have. Okay, let's move over to this side and solve it. From this now, what you have is what? 2 root 15 plus 5 plus 6 will give you what? 11. 11 plus root 15. None of this can be reduced further. So you see, you just go direct to what you have next. 5 minus root 15, right? 5 minus root 15 plus root 15. Please pay attention to this. Minus root 15 plus root 15. And of course, we know where we have this in mathematics. They cancel themselves. So this is out of the equation now. Minus 3. Minus 3. So what we just have is what? 5 minus 3. Because minus 15 has cancelled plus 15. So we have 5 minus 15. Let's solve for this now. This will be 2 root 15 plus 11 plus root 15, right? Over what? 5 minus 3, which is what? 2. 2 root 15 plus root 15. And of course, we know when two roots are adding themselves, we just what? We pick one and we left with what? 1 outside the bracket, outside the root, which this will then be what? 2 plus 1 with 15 all over 2. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. Because it has changed. 3 root 15 over what? Over 2. Mind you, there's a plus up here. So we can't just stop at that. We say 3 root 15, because these two have not, they have just become 1 now, plus 11. So our final answer is what? Our final answer is 3 root 15 plus 11 over 2. You can see we are down to number 9 and 10. It has been such a long way to you guys. I'm really proud of you all understanding what we're doing. Number 9 says express the product of 0.21 and 0.34 in standard form. This is a very direct and simple question. Express the product, and we know product in mathematics is what? Multiplication. Thank you. So this is what? 0.21 times 0.34. Because of time, let us not waste time. Just go direct, put our answer. Our answer is what? If you punch 0.21 times 0.3 for your calculator, you get 0.0714. I think I'm correct? Okay, thank you. 0.0714. And they say express the product of this, which is this, in standard form. How do you express this in standard form? This is the difficulty most people are facing. Of course, this is a decimal. So you have to count what? After the points. For you to express this in standard form, let's count after the points. It will be 1, 2. It lands here, right? 7 points. This will be what? 7.14. You count after the what? The decimal. 1, 2. 7.14 times. Of course, it has to be very sensible number. 7.14 times what? In standard form, say 10 raised to power. Since this is in decimal, if you count after the decimal point, it's 2, right? And it's in decimal, so it will be minus 2. I hope this is very clear, very understandable. The average was like a normal number, like 7 and 14. Of course, you know how you count, but since this is decimal, you have to count after the points and then you solve. Because decimal, that's why it's minus 2. Average was normal number, it would have been raised to power, that particular number. So this is our final answer. Let's move over to number 10. In a survey of 50 newspaper readers, 40 read Champion and 30 read Guardian. How many read both newspapers? Okay, those of you who have come across this type of question, you know that this was typical set. But for your Jamb, I'll just show you a quick method to solve this quickly, and especially as we don't have much time. In a survey of 50 newspaper readers, 40 read Champion and 30 read Guardian. So from the information, the first information, we have what? 50 newspaper readers. And they say 40 read Champion, 40 read Champion, and what? 30 read Guardian, 30 read Guardian. So, in order to get the total number of people that read both newspapers, quickly now, we'll tell you this set. What are you supposed to do? In order to get your total number of newspapers read, that is, you have to add your champion newspaper with your Guardian to get how many number of newspapers was read. So 40 champion newspapers plus what? 30 what? Guardian. Let me print this as Guardian. So if you add both number of newspapers that was read, it will be what? 70 read newspapers, right? And now you are looking for how many read both newspapers. So what are you supposed to do from here? You minus the total number of read newspapers with what? The 50 newspaper readers, for you to get how many read both newspapers. I hope you're all following. So this will be what? 70 newspaper plus 70 minus what? 50, the total number of newspaper readers, minus, sorry, the total number of read newspapers minus the newspaper reader, which is 50 newspaper readers. So 70 minus 50, of course, you know you have what? 20. And you have what? 20 newspapers. So both, how many read both newspapers will be what? 20 newspaper readers. 20 newspaper readers that read both newspapers, both Guardian and Champion. 70 read newspapers minus 50 newspaper readers give you 20. So you are getting the total number of newspaper readers that read both, because you have Champion, the one for Champion, you have one for Guardian. So how do you know the ones that read both? Is what is left when you minus 70 minus 50, 20. So it's as easy as that. But for purposes of your WAEC, I advise you to use set. But for purposes of Jamb, you can just use this and you arrive. Okay, we have reached the end of today's lesson. Thank you all for listening. My name remains Ame Joshua. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is for your own good. It will help you prepare for your WAEC, Jamb, even your post-UME, because we'll be having a series of lessons, post-UME, Jamb, and WAEC. So please subscribe. Thank you so much for staying with me.